Hey everybody on YouTube. I forgot to add this on my, while I was actually recording it. A couple of very important tips that you should keep in mind when repairing your PlayStation 3. One is, I actually made a huge mistake with my motherboard. Do not ever put it on a carpet or anything that conducts electricity. I could have, you can blow your motherboard out. You can, short circuit it that way, so never ever put it on the carpet. I got very lucky that that didn't happen. So put it on a kitchen countertop, granite countertop, wood, glass, whatever, but do not put it on something that can conduct static such as clothing, a blanket, a carpet. Don't do it because you run a high risk of blowing it up. The thermite grease I used was Arctic 5. And I'm pretty sure there's better ones than this, but I heard this one is a bit better. So you can pick this up, Radio Shack. It was probably more expensive at Radio Shack, but I kind of didn't want to spend time waiting online, shopping and all that. So I just picked it up there. Same with the compressed air. That was like total in parts you can expect to spend is probably like around $50, but that's if you buy a heat gun, and you can buy a pretty decent heat gun on Amazon for like $25, like a Kawasaki heat gun, and get the thermite paste and your air compressed can, and if you don't have any screwdrivers, you can probably go down to your Lowe's and pick up a size 0 screwdriver and a Phillips head, and that's all you need. That's included in the $60, but I mean, that's stuff you have for the rest of your life, and that's something that, if you're going to be taking off electronics, something you want to have with you, especially the heat gun. I didn't have a heat gun, so I didn't have to spend money to buy that. I had a friend, so if you have a friend that has a heat gun, ask around. Their dads might have heat guns, heat guns used in automotives, metalworks, welding, so if you've got any friends, you can ask around and save yourself some money, or you can go ahead and buy your own. I probably will end up buying my own pretty soon. And yeah, that's basically about it, all the tips. Oh, and be very careful with those thin sheets I showed you, those thin metal sheets that were holding together the motherboard. Those are extremely sharp, and I actually cut myself when I was putting it back together, and I didn't mention that when I was taking it apart because that wasn't a problem. But be very, very careful when putting it back, because you can cut yourself pretty badly since it's just sheets of metal. There's no rounded edges, they're sharp, so be very careful on that. And also be very careful putting it back together. Make sure you have your screws in a spot where you can remember where they go. Don't just toss your screws unless you're really good at putting stuff together. I didn't. I had mine charted out on a little piece of paper, and I took pictures of where the screws went again, so I was able to put it back together perfectly. I had no missing screws, so that's about it. Make sure you keep these tips in mind. I'll probably throw this in front of the video where I first started, just so you know these tips and you don't make the same mistake yourself. So, it's that Mexican guy. See you later. It's that Mexican guy. I recently had my PlayStation 3 yellow on me, which is the equivalent to the Xbox 360's red ring of death. And I'm going to be attempting to repair it myself because I don't want to shell out 150 plus tax to Sony to have them fix it. And I don't got that money on me right now. So I'm attempting a PDF I found on the internet by Gilski, and he's had a pretty good amount of success rate through his PDF, so I thought I'd give it a try. And if that doesn't work, I can always send it to Sony. They're gonna fix the damn problem anyway. So I opened it up, and even though the outside of the case is well, you can't see the case anymore. Even though the outside of the case was really clean and everything, and once you opened it up, I actually saw that there's a bunch of dust in this bitch. Look at this. Look at that. Just dust all over this bitch. It's probably one of the reasons why it bricked on me. Even though the outside was perfectly clean, And see, the fan ports look pretty clean too. I mean, you know, this is what it looks like. So if your PlayStation 3 is out of warranty, this is basically just kind of like a little tip up. I'd actually would recommend opening your PS3 if you have no warranty, and clean this bitch out with some compressed air, because this, you do not want to have this inside of a machine, especially one that's you know, an expensive machine. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure this can cause some problems for you, either with the power supply or with overheating. And yeah, I basically used to take off the screws, basically just a crosshead. I'm not really sure on the size. And I believe I used a 2.4 millimeter flathead to take off the screws. I'm pretty sure that's the only size screwdrivers you're gonna need. There might be smaller screwdrivers you need, like these little tiny ones. There might be in there, but yeah, that shouldn't really be too bad of a problem. If you have a little screwdriver set, you should be fine. I mean, I'm really surprised at how much dust it has. Let me turn off the light. Look at this. You can draw on this son of a bitch. Look at this. That's bad. That's bad. If you can draw inside your PS3, that's bad. So no dust. So yeah, I basically recommend everybody who's got a PS3 that's out of warranty, that hasn't taken it apart, I definitely recommend taking it apart. It's not hard. I'll show you the screws I took off in order to get to this stage. That's it. Just 8 screws. And it wasn't hard. And you can definitely clean all this shit off. Look at this. I can fucking just pick this shit up. And there's a couple of guides on YouTube on how to take it completely off, which I'm gonna be reading and all that and watching, because it is yellowed. My PS3 is officially broken, so yeah, I'll probably fill you in later as soon as I get my heat gun and all the shit I need to fix the yellowed. I'll be showing a dismantling video of my own, hopefully to help out some people. So yeah, enjoy the repairing, because I sure won't. But I will if it becomes fixed. So anyways, enough of the ranting. If you've got a PS3 that's over 2 years old, you should definitely take it apart and take all this shit off. Even if this is as far as you go, I'm pretty sure this is going to clean your system a hell of a lot. And if you watch some of those videos on how to gut it completely, I'm pretty sure you can take off more dust off it, and that'll probably extend your life of your PS3. So yeah, this is that Mexican guy signing out and going to go get parts. See ya. Okay, decided to do a little bit of tinkering around, and decided to take off just a bit more before I go and get the supplies, because you really don't start working on it until you're at the core. So basically what I did is disconnect the Blu-ray drive, and basically that had a connection right here. You want to always check, and basically disconnect this silver cable here. Disconnected this from the other underside of it. So basically disconnect this